We started the orchestra just over 3 years ago. We started with lots of recorders and guitars and some percussion and pianos. We were lucky at our very first rehearsal we had Neil Valentine coming to work with us, and that was through the BSO Takeoff project. So he gave me lots of valuable advice about where the children should sit and some great warm-ups. And then we've grown from there. So the next year we introduced brass instruments and cellos, and we did a great project with some other schools which BSO Takeoff was also involved with. And then last year we were very lucky to be involved in the BSO 125 project.
It's the time to have the world premiere and indeed the one and only performance of this version of Symphony 125. So this is a symphony that's been written for this enormous orchestra, especially for this enormous orchestra, to celebrate the fact that the Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra is 125 years old, and we are so grateful to Soundstorm for having the insane idea of putting it together. This whole project came about because 125 years ago, the Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra came into existence. And as a way of celebrating that, Lisa Tregale, who runs the Learning and Participation Department, got together with Michael Armstrong from Soundstorm, and they talked about what might be possible. And quite frankly, they came up with a totally crazy brief, joyfully crazy brief, that I would go into work in schools in the local area and gather musical ideas which would be woven into a piece of music to celebrate this 125th anniversary.
Longfleet Primary School are a perfect example of why this kind of programme has been so effective. 3 years ago, they didn't have much music, certainly didn't have an orchestra, and after I went in and worked with their teacher, Kate helped her set up the orchestra, showed her how you can run an ensemble, how you can get mixed musicians of different ages and abilities together and have a really positive impact on their school lives and their positivity and their self-confidence. And then she's run with it, and she has built this, with the support of her school, a really fantastic, exciting music programme. Lots of music making going on, some really great brass playing and string playing and clarinet playing and piano playing.
We're rehearsing for the concert in the Royal Albert Hall. I'm looking forward to listening to other musicians and the sound that it will make.
I feel quite excited.
So today we're here at Poole Grammar School for a big rehearsal which is involving musicians from several schools, and we're in the process of putting this great piece together. We've got about 10% of the musicians here at the moment, and we're combining to bring the musicians together locally, and then we'll meet up again with more musicians from across the south coast to add more to it when we build up to hundreds of musicians at the Royal Albert Hall.
So we started with James Redwood, who's the composer of this piece, and some of our colleagues working in a number of schools across Poole and Bournemouth. And every tune, every melody and every idea that you hear in the piece has actually been created by children from the conurbation. James, I think, has done an amazing job to bring it together for groups of young people of all different varieties and opportunities. And the idea and the culmination will involve 600 people from Poole, Bournemouth, Southampton and the Isle of Wight taking this great work with the members of the Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra to the Royal Albert Hall.
So we've been rehearsing since May. We've had a big concert local to here in Poole, but the Royal Albert Hall is going to be 600 people, so even more than last time. We've been rehearsing every Tuesday since we've been back to school, and it's just a very exciting time.
Today has been really, really exciting because this is the first time that all of these different groups of musicians have ever come together. So in my head, I kind of had an idea of what might happen, but quite frankly, what we've been hearing in our rehearsal today has vastly exceeded even my wildest dreams. Monday's performance is going to be thrilling, it's going to be loud, it's going to be exciting, it's going to be full of heart, and it's going to absolutely bring down the house.
Don't worry.
There's huge excitement. The parents are looking forward to it, the children are looking forward to it, the staff are all very proud that we're involved in this. I think even more so because we've been involved since the very beginning with composing the music and then taking part in the Lighthouse performance. This feels like the next step up and a culmination of all the hard work.
Having played in the Albert Hall at the age that many of these young people were, I know that it is actually a life-changing opportunity to play in one of the world's most extraordinary concert halls and play a piece which not only celebrates their talent but actually celebrates the extraordinary thing that is the Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra based here on the south coast.
Well, today we're here at the Royal Albert Hall to celebrate a massive project, Symphony 125. It's the culmination of 3 years of work with the Bournemouth Symphony Orchestra, with Soundstorm, with lots of schools in Southampton, Bournemouth, Poole, and it's just a really exciting celebration of music making, and hopefully, well, it's going to have a massive impact on hundreds and hundreds of young people's lives, inspiring them to make music and to build confidence and stuff for the future.
I helped compose, I made some ideas up with James. We were part of that school, which is why we never thought it would happen, because just performing in the Lighthouse was great, but we never thought it would lead on to performing somewhere even greater.
We're coming down to the Albert Hall to play in the Music for Youth Proms. We're playing a piece composed for the BSO's 125th anniversary as a band. So, pretty exciting. I haven't performed here before, so looking forward to it.
I feel really excited and only a little bit nervous.
Really nervous, but at the same time really excited.
No, it's a big venue, it's an important venue, but it should be good fun. It should be really, really fun.
Nervous but really excited.
Yeah, let's
When the young people who are taking part in a Music for Youth prom go onto the stage via those famous bull runs, we know how important that is for them and how special it is. And it's a performance experience like no other.
It was something new because I haven't ever been right into central London or ever seen the Albert Hall properly in real life, so it was quite a good experience to be there as well as performing.
Extraordinary, one of the best moments of my life probably.
It was really exciting because I have been there before, but it was my first trip to the Royal Albert Hall, and it was also really exciting because my parents were coming to watch.
Well, it was a fun experience because I got to learn lots of different bits of music and listen to other instruments play with me, and that my family got to come and watch me, and they said that it was like really good and they loved it.
Well, it feels quite, I feel quite proud of myself because only the best musicians get to perform there, and I'm quite happy to say to everyone when I'm older, this is what I've done, and I'm really grateful that I've had this opportunity.